Hello and welcome to another episode of our World War II Weapon Guide. In this episode, the bazooka, commonly known as the stovepipe, this American launcher cleared MG nests, trenches, and tanks such as the Tiger I and Tiger II, which had very large amounts of armor. For the launchers, they have two unique prospects. They can take down personnel and score streaks, so we're going to combine the two. Damage wise, it is an instant kill, but they have to be in at least a meter to be effective. But when it comes to score streaks, you will need up to 1 to 3 rockets in order to take down a score streak. The lower score streaks, like the counter recon plane or the recon plane, will take 1, but for the ball gunner turret, it will take about 3. There is no penetration to talk about, and the range, you will have 1 meter blast radius, as said earlier, but it flies in a straight line when firing. When it comes to rate of fire, it is not available. Due to it being a free-fire launcher and only having 1 rocket at a time, it is unknown how to equivalent this. Your hipfire, however, is none as well. You must aim before firing. Even if you are aiming to fire too, it'll lean up to your iron sights before firing. Recoil, again, won't be a factor with this weapon. It is low, and every time you reload you won't be seeing the recoil at all. Your aim time depends on if you run or not. If you're not running, you'll be aiming at around 350 milliseconds. After a sprint, it's going to be even much slower, at 500 milliseconds, near a half a second. And your movement speed is as slow as the launchers and as an LMG, at 90% of the base speed. For the bazooka and along with the Panzerschrecks, you will be only firing 1 rocket before needing a reload, and luckily you have another one in your reserve, totaling up to 2 rockets. Your reloads, however, are going to be a little bit on the slower side, at 3 seconds. So you should be in the back or behind cover before needing this nice little reload. Be sure to have your teammates to be with you, otherwise you're going to be a bit riddled with the enemies that are nearby. So, our build with this weapon is going to be based on a versatile set. Not just to take down personnel, but it's more really good when it comes to taking down score streaks. So, this weapon really doesn't have any attachments, and you must have launched in order to have this launcher. So, when it comes to the personnel side, you must aim around their feet in order to get a kill. Other than that, they will be walking away alive, and will be able to take you down thanks to the large explosion. And not to mention it leaves a trail when it comes to the rocket. But for the score streaks, this will be easier. You'll be able to lean onto your target. The closer you are, the less lean you're going to need. But the farther away you are, the more lean you're going to need. So for divisions, 2 of them would make it really effective. Expeditionary is good when it comes to a more suicide bomber class. Not only will you be able to resupply your launcher thanks to the ability of launched, but you can also resupply your tacticals and lethals, making it more effective when it comes to explosives. And for anti-personnel at least. But if you want resistance for all round besides bullets and melees, armored can really work in that regard. But for weapons, it's really good when it comes to the LMGs, shotguns, or SMGs. Depending on your range, you should be respectfully into those ranges, but for the launcher, you should either be at medium ranges or longer ranges, depending on what you're trying to hit, and depending on where you're trying to lean on. So all in all, the M1 Bazooka is the most versatile launcher that you'll get, and you get this thing from the start. Not only will you be able to take down enemies on the ground, but you'll be able to take down score streaks within the air. And your straight line trajectory can definitely work on that, so you can either take down either or depending on your choice. And thanks to launch, you'll be able to resupply your rockets. So every time you kill them with bullets or with melees, you'll be able to have an unlimited amount of fun. Unfortunately, this thing has slow handling traits, and has a very slow reload too. And you also have less effectiveness when it comes to the enemies on the ground. With 1 meter, they'll be able to walk away and just simply kill you, but with the Panzerschreck, it has a larger blast radius. And you must have launched in order to have the launchers entirely, so you're basically wasting a basic training perk if you want to take down not just enemies that are in close range or on the ground, but you'll be able to take down enemies from afar. But all in all, if you want the most versatility of the launchers, choose the bazooka, and you won't regret it. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And for our next episode, we're going to head back to the rifles, and we're going to be reviewing the M1 Garand. Until then, GalacticStorm saying, keep charging, bitches.